nothing like us. His dad and I both had long faces, but he had a round one. But he was just a baby, so nobody thought much of it. Later, things felt off. By age 3, he had curly hair. His eyes even looked a little green. People started whispering behind my back. They said I must have cheated and with a foreigner. My father-in-law's face turned grim too. He was chairman of a public company and had high hopes for his grandson. If the boy wasn't really his blood, that would be a disaster. A strange mood settled over the family. I had a bad feeling something was about to happen. Sure enough, one day I was leading a meeting at work. Someone told me the chairman wanted to see me. When I got to his office, his face was ice cold. He shut the doors and windows, then stared at me for a full minute. Then he finally spoke, like he was interrogating a criminal. Who did you really have Wenwen with? Dad, what kind of question is that? Wenwen is your grandson. Of course he's mine and your son's. Still lying? He pulled a report from the drawer and slammed it in front of me. Read it yourself. I picked it up and saw it was a DNA test. The result said Wenwen wasn't his biological grandson. I was stunned. He had secretly taken my son for testing. A DNA test should be done with the father and son, not the grandfather and grandson. So this result has to be wrong. What do you know? Modern equipment is advanced. It can tell blood relation right away. This morning I took Wenwen to the hospital. The report says it clearly in black and white. Wenwen is not my grandson. Linru, the proof is right here. What else do you have to say? My mind went blank and I had no words. Starting today, you're suspended to reflect on this. You have 3 days. After that, you'd better tell the truth. After saying that, he kicked me out. I was in charge of a subsidiary under the family company. My workload was usually heavy. Once I was suspended, the staff started gossiping. I didn't hesitate and went straight to my husband. Wentao, take a day off and take Wenwen for a DNA test. Once it proves he's your son, your dad will have nothing to say. But before I finished, my husband's face turned red with rage. Is that even necessary? Seeing his attitude, I knew his dad had talked to him. My voice rose too. Wang Wentao, do you suspect me too? You know what you did. After throwing that at me, Wang Wentao slammed the door and left. It took me a long time to calm myself down. The more I thought, the stranger it felt. Wenwen really didn't look like me or his dad. I could understand my father-in-law's suspicion. But Wenwen was clearly mine and Wang Wentao's child. How could he not be his grandfather's real grandson? No, I had to get to the bottom of this. I went to my husband again and asked him to take our son for testing. He refused to listen and completely lost it. The facts are already right here. Why go to the hospital? I can't take that shame. Since I couldn't get through to him, I had to handle it myself. I collected a few strands of his hair. Then I found a way to get another sample from him. After that, I took Wenwen to the hospital. The result came back fast. Wenwen was Wang Wentao's biological son. Now I was completely confused. Clearly, some things needed investigating. I immediately hired a well-known local private investigator to look into it. 3 days later, my father-in-law called me back to his office. Linru, your deadline is up. Tell me, who is Wenwen's real father? I stayed calm. Dad, I already told you, I won't repeat it. Seeing I wouldn't admit it. He sneered. With that attitude, don't blame me for being ruthless. He called my husband into the office. Then he said firmly, Wentao, take Linru to the Civil Affairs Bureau and divorce her now. Then make her leave with that bastard child. On the way to file for divorce, I asked Wang Wentao, do you believe me or your dad? My dad wouldn't lie to me. I was about to show him the DNA report. But after hearing that, I stopped. Since you believe your dad, I'll just play along. After the divorce, my father-in-law kicked me and Wenwen out. The family company was worth $5 billion, but he gave me nothing. A few days later, the investigator's report reached me. I read every word 3 times, then stood by the window. A perfect plan slowly formed in my mind. I took my son and rented a rundown little room. People who knew me pointed and whispered behind my back. To survive, I sold fruit from a street stand. Life was hard. After a while, I heard he wanted to find his son a new wife. That wasn't surprising. He had always cared deeply about grooming an heir. After forcing his son to divorce me, he needed to fill that gap fast. He needed a real grandson who shared his blood. Driving out one daughter-in-law and finding another was no small matter. Public opinion dragged my name through the mud. But his rivals also used it against him. They said he kicked me out just because he disliked me. Some even said he had mental issues. They warned people not to buy his company's stock. Otherwise, they'd regret it someday. When those rumors reached my father-in-law, he exploded with rage. To save his own image and the company's, he decided to hold a press conference. He invited all the city's big names. Major media outlets were invited too. He wanted to clear things up publicly. The day before the press conference, he sent someone to find me. He hoped I would attend. No problem, I'll be there tomorrow. The person was surprised I agreed so quickly. I didn't expect you to be this easygoing, Ms. Lin. The chairman was worried you wouldn't come. He also said, as long as you show up tomorrow, he'll give you $1 million. Consider it support for you and your son's future. After saying that, he smiled. So how's that? Pretty generous gift, right? After hearing that, I took a white pill bottle from my bag and handed it to him. I also prepared a gift for the chairman. Please give this to him. He froze. What is this? Emergency heart pills. I smiled faintly. I think your chairman will need them tomorrow. The next day, I arrived at the press conference on time. My father-in-law had made it a big event. Almost every media reporter in the city showed up. There were also business elites and industry big shots. After all, his and the company's reputation were on the line. So he had to take it seriously. The second I walked in, every eye landed on me. Everyone looked at me with disgust. Some people insulted me right to my face. Well, if it isn't the homewrecker, you've got some nerve. How dare you show up in public? Others looked at me with contempt. One spat on the floor and scoffed. When my father-in-law saw me, he gave a signal. 2 men immediately came over and stood on either side of me. One of them was the man who came yesterday. He whispered, today is a big deal. The chairman is determined this time. When he talks about you later, Don't talk back. After all, the facts are clear. As long as you cooperate and this press conference goes as planned, the chairman will keep his word and give you 1 million. I smiled faintly. Thanks for the reminder. I know what to do. The press conference began, and my father-in-law stepped onto the stage. He cleared his throat and looked around the room. Then he began. Recently, my son's divorce from his wife has caused a lot of talk. Some people used it to attack us, badly damaging the company's reputation. I invited everyone here today so you can know the truth. Family scandals usually stay private. But I, Wang Lading, have nothing to hide. If the truth must be aired, then I'll air it. He took out the DNA report he had done on my son, then held it up high. This is the hospital's DNA report. Wenwen is not my biological grandson. He is not the child of Lin Ru and my son Wang Wentao. He was born after Lin Ru cheated with another man. That's why I made my son divorce her.